Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick, aka EcomGom, and if you're new to my channel, I do e-commerce, specifically branded dropshipping, and this is where you just sell people things online. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to go from that little puny kid on the left to what I am now, jacked and rich. Just kidding, I'm not really rich yet, but I have made a life-changing amount of money through e-commerce the last 6 months, and because of that, I'm never going to have to work a 9-to-5 job again, and I'm not going to get to use my major that I'm currently in college for right now. I'm a finance major. And yeah, so let's get into this video. This is my Shopify store. I started running ads to it literally about 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to refresh it just so you know. We don't do any fake numbers here. I'll give it another refresh. Boom. We have done $1,600 in sales in the last 2 weeks. Conversion rate's a little low. We're working on that. But it is subscription based. I started a supplement brand. Here it is right now. You can see it. And I'm building this brand all in public so everyone can see and know that I actually do this. I've been in e-commerce for the last 4 years. I'm not one of those 16-year-olds on TikTok that are trying to sell you a course or a mentorship, blah, blah. Yes, I have a Discord. Yes, I have a mentorship, but that's not really where I make my money from. I've made my money from my e-commerce stores in the past. I've had a successful exit, and I've had a couple other pretty successful, profitable dropshipping stores, and now I decided I want to get into a bigger project, which is supplements. So I started running ads about 2 weeks ago. This is what I've done, and cool thing about it is I'm only running image ads right now. I don't have a single video ad running on Meta, which just goes to show that if you know what you're doing, you don't need UGC and videos, which I will start incorporating with my brand pretty soon. But for now, I plan on just building it up to at least $30,000-$40,000 in revenue a month just with image ads, and I'm using AI. So I'm gonna kind of give you guys the entire breakdown of like how I've built this brand so far so you guys can see. And I just want you to know, I'm a 21-year-old college kid. As you can see, I'm in my college apartment right now. I'm not special. I'm no different than you. I'm not rich by any means, but I definitely have changed my life pretty substantially in the last 6 months. I have paid off the rest of my college tuition, my student loans, helping my family out. I pay my rent. I pay everything. So, I'm very grateful to be in the spot I am. All glory to God. And we're going to continue to build, and I am very confident this brand will make me a millionaire. So if you guys want to come along for the ride, drop a subscription, or what is it? Yeah, subscribe. There we go. I'm new to YouTube, so all right, let's get into this. So the first thing with branded dropshipping that you're going to need to do is pick a product or a niche. So you're gonna hear this word a lot, and forgive me, I don't not know how people draw on this thing, but we're gonna give it a shot. That was terrible. I also realized you could type. I don't know why I didn't just type. Let's do that. You're gonna see this word a lot when people talk about product research and picking a product. So in my opinion, it's all BS. You're never gonna find a product that's unsaturated or whatever. Like, you stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Supplements, sleep supplements, so saturated. So what? I don't care. In my eyes, that means it was validated and, it's a good product. And if you can run ads correctly and you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter if the product's saturated or unsaturated, you're going to get sales. And you don't need to dominate the market always. You just need to take a little piece of the pie. That's what a mentor of mine always said. I love that quote. Don't need to dominate, just take a piece of the pie. So that's what I plan on doing. But I plan on dominating. So, a lot of people are going to talk about you need to have an unsaturated product, you got to be the first one to the market. It's never going to happen. You're never going to find something that someone hasn't already started selling. So, but just be smart, do market research, do product research. I don't recommend low ticket products, especially if you're new getting into it. And what I mean by low ticket is something that, you're going to sell for $10. Maybe you get it for like $1 and you're going to sell it for $10. Now your cost to acquire a customer when you run ads is going to be like $9. That's a really low CPA, and if you can do it, great. If you're new to running ads, you're not going to be able to. So if you're just getting started in branded dropshipping, find a product that you could sell that's like $50 or higher. I've had a lot of success with higher ticket products that are like $100. I've sold products that were all the way up to like a couple $1,000. Very high ticket dropshipping stores. So yeah, that doesn't really matter. Unsaturated versus saturated. So don't get too caught up on that. After you find your product, you're going to build your Shopify store. So some people get stressed with this. They think they don't know how to build a website, or it's like super difficult. It's not super difficult. If you want, you can use AI. I'm actually now partnered with Atlas AI, but before I ever was working with them, I was using Atlas AI. Why? Because they're legitimately a good app. Like I liked using them. It was easy for me. All you do is paste your product link right into it, and it makes an entire website for you. So if you're new, I highly suggest using Atlas AI because it's just going to eliminate all of that guesswork. Because when you start, you're going to have a lot of questions. You're not going to know what to do. And Atlas AI isn't just really a store builder. It has like AI product photo generators for you, so you don't have to spend like hours editing product photos. It has bundle offers right in like the app for you. So I definitely recommend using Atlas AI. But if you want to just build your store from scratch or buy an expensive paid theme, go ahead, go that route. But let's go ahead and let's look at my store. I'll look it up here. So this is my store. Don't really care about the home page. Let's go to the PDP, the product page. This is what matters. This is what people are going to be landing on when you run an ad. So this is my brand, Neurolife, as you can see right here. Boom. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The conversion rate's been pretty low, but that's just because I've been testing a lot of volume. But as you see here, we have the one time and this subscribe and save, and we have been getting a lot of subscriptions. So another just tip, use these carousel photos as more ads. You don't just want to like put a bunch of like variants of like the first image. You can see here I have all my ingredients and what they do. I have the before and after, and I have how it works, and then I have the ingredient list. So there you go. We have some customer reviews. Don't fake them, just get them. Right here, a little before and after, more customer reviews, hammer with them, and that's it. There you go. So that's what my product page looked like, my Shopify store. Like I said, I recommend using Atlas AI. It's a great tool. You don't have to. Shrine Pro is also a great theme. There you go. All right, so once you have your store ready, you're going to need a supplier. So people get hung up on this and they think it's like such a big deal, and it kind of is, but like if you can't get sales, you don't have to worry about a supplier because you have nothing to supply. So first, let's work on making the website, running ads and getting sales, and then you could be like, all right, I need to find a supplier. But I've actually, since I'm not a gatekeeper and like all these other guys, I'm actually going to give you guys the suppliers that I use for dropshipping. I've been using them for a decent amount of time. They've never given me any problems. The product qualities have always been good. I've always been able to import products in their store if they don't have them on the interface, and great customer service. The shipping time's pretty good. Use TeamDrop. The link to them is in my bio. But yeah, that's who you can use for a supplier. If you don't know, don't go crazy about it. Like, you don't have to stress yourself out like thinking, oh, I have to find the perfect supplier, I have to test the product. No, like they're all going to be pretty similar, but that's the one I like to use. So go ahead, give them a shot. Now you have your product that you picked. You built your website. You have your supplier. Now all you got to do is get traffic to your website and get sales. How are we going to do that? We're going to do that with paid ads on Meta. So we're going to Meta ads. And this is a big point that like stresses a lot of people out, and they get like super hung up on it. And this is usually where they quit or they lose a bunch of money because they don't know how to run ads. And all the people teaching them how to run ads don't know how to run ads either because they're not even running ads. All they're doing is trying to sell you whatever their course is, blah blah, whatever. At the end of the day, the reason I'm able to preach is because and make content and enjoy making content on it is because I actually do it. I'm in e-commerce right now. I'm building a brand in front of your guys' eyes. You can't fake this. Like, I'm refreshing it right in front of you. You just can't fake that stuff. So I definitely take pride in my ability to run ads very well. I've been learning the skill for the last 4 years, so I hope so. And I also burned a lot of money when I started because I didn't know what I was doing. I was running bad products and I was running bad ads. I'm going to try to help you guys out a little bit, and I'm going to show you my entire ad process. I have a video on it, but let's dive into it a little bit because I'm only using image ads and I've been using AI to make them. So shout out Anthony Camacho, as I always do. He's who I got the strategy from. But basically what I'm doing is called, he likes to call it, native mini sales letter. And why do we call this a native mini sales letter? It's because, as you're going to see in a second, we have the picture of our ad, and then we have 12 to 1,400 words of copy in the primary text. So we're basically telling like a short story, like a novel in there on Meta. People are like, oh, no one's going to read that. Who's going to read that, Nick? People are reading it. As you can see, right there, 38 people are reading it and buying it, so suck it. But yeah, let's look at the Meta Ads library. If you don't know what this is a forum where you could look up, any ad that any company is running. It's public, so if you guys want to go on there and look for my ads, go ahead. I don't care. I'm doing all this in public. Like I said, I have nothing to hide. But let's look at one of the ads I'm running right now. So as you can see, I have my picture, and people will ask you, like, how do you find a good picture? What I'll do is I'll just go to Google, I'll look up, for my sleep supplements, someone having trouble sleeping, and then I go over to Higgsfield, and I put the image in here, and then I generate an AI image, just so no one can say, like, that I'm using their image or whatever. Like, I'm using my own image. So, and I've experienced in testing that Higgsfield does better, so I've been using Higgsfield images. But yes, this is the ad. As you can see, the headline, read this if you can't sleep. It goes to my advertorial, which I will show you guys later. But as you can see up here, I press this, we have a very, very long story. Yeah, it's like 1,200 words. So it always seemed to happen at the same time, 3 a.m., like clockwork. And it tells a very, like, intriguing story about how a woman is unable to sleep. It's super intricate, and I made it all with AI. I made it on Claude. But obviously, you need to give AI the correct prompts. So what I have here is actually the AI image ad prompt sheet and all the prompts I used. And this document right here is a gold mine. I should be selling it for actually $1 million. Like I said, I got it from Anthony Camacho, but I changed things up and I made it my own. The first couple prompts are just like market research, and then you get into what Anthony likes to talk about a lot, desire extraction, like finding the mass desire for your product. And what is a mass desire? This is what the majority of people want to get out of your product. For example, the majority of people that are buying my sleep supplement gummies, I've realized that they are looking to wake up more energized, or they're looking to fall asleep quicker without their mind racing at night, and having like anxiety and stuff like that. So those are the desires that I'm now attacking. I'm attacking those pain points, and with my images and with my stories, and that is what is allowing me to do very good numbers on my ads. So this is all a science, and if you go down the list one by one prompt, it'll give you the exact formula for successful ads, and that's what I use. And if you get all the way down here, it goes to writing your advertorial. If you don't know what an advertorial is, I will explain it here. So an advertorial is essentially, you have your ad here, they click it, they can go to your advertorial or your product page. What is an advertorial? It's basically like a blog post, and it's just like an extra layer before they get to your PDP, and it just sells them more. It's a very in-depth, long blog post or article that we've crafted up, obviously, and it tells more of a story. And then at the end, it gives the link to the solution to the story, and it links that your page, and they will be sent to, in the very end, they'll be sent to your product page. So I've been running advertorials. They've been doing phenomenal for me, and the goal of the advertorial is just to outperform the product page. And if you can't outperform the product page with the advertorial, then send them straight to your product page. But you have to test these things. This is what running ads is really all about. It's about testing and checking off what works and what doesn't, and you have to be patient. So if you aren't patient, this isn't for you. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. But the ceiling is extremely high, because at the end, if you were able to build a profitable store, you could eventually exit it, or you could just have it pay you passively every month. And I plan on building this brand right here to one of the biggest supplement brands in the space, and eventually exiting. So that is my plan, that's my goal. I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. So yeah, it seems silly that this image and this story right here is converting at such a high level, but it really comes down to the fact that this document is extremely scientific, and the way I'm attacking my target customer is, it's super dialed in. So that's why I've been doing so well, and I have $1,600 in sales within just 2 weeks. So yeah, that is a little bit about how I am building my supplement brand in public, and how you could do the same, not just with supplements, but with any product. You could dropship, and dropshipping is just the fulfillment strategy. People, they're like, oh, dropshipping is dead, blah, blah, blah. Dropshipping is just the strategy in which you supply your product. When I get an order, all I do is press a button on my Shopify, and my supplier sends it out to the customer. I don't have to touch anything. So I basically I pay my supplier for whatever my cost of goods sold is, and then I make the difference in how much I sell it for. With that prompt sheet I showed you, it's really impossible to lose because it just has all of the sauce. All you do is copy and paste and then insert like into the highlighted regions what is applicable to you and your product, and then boom, ChatGPT or Claude is going to write everything for you. But yeah, if you want to have access to this document, it's in my Discord. The link will be in the bio. That's the only place you can get it. Or, if you want more on this strategy, you can go on my YouTube channel. I've made an in-depth video on AI image and the native mini sales letter. Also go to Anthony Camacho's YouTube. He makes a lot of content on it. But yeah, that's a little bit of how I'm building this brand in public, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this, drop a sub, go follow me on Instagram, on TikTok,